Communication's a massive part of everybody's life now. We're communicating with people through these things constantly in so many different ways. But the ability to communicate with people around the world shouldn't make us forget the importance of being able to communicate successfully with the person who's sitting just a few feet away from us. Being able to talk confidently and make yourself understood remains a key skill, even despite all the technology. If you're a professional footballer, people are going to want to interview you for one, so you need to be able to answer their questions in a way they find interesting and informative. And the higher you climb in your career, the more those people are going to want to speak to you. So being able to talk well is a really useful skill to develop. If you get really good at it, people might even pay you to talk. To talk well, you need a broad vocabulary. You need to try and know more than one way to describe things, so you can avoid recycling all the old cliches. It's good to find new ways to say them. For instance, how many different words to describe a good team performance can you think of? Make a list and then try and use them all. Even when you're discussing the game with your mates, it's good practice. Being confident to talk about things comes from having the knowledge to back up that confidence. In terms of an interview request, that might mean doing a bit of research to prepare. Find out what the subject for discussion is and then make sure you know all you can about it so you don't get caught out by a question or run out of things to say. The way you talk to other people isn't always going to be the same way you talk to your pals, your brother and sister or mum and dad. You may have to find you try a bit harder when you're talking to strangers, people you don't know and people who don't know you. Being able to adapt and present yourself in a different way is another important aspect of performing in an interview. You need to develop a style of talking to other people that helps in creating a good impression with them and with others who may get to see your performance, the viewers or listeners maybe. Being a confident communicator can really help you in your career. No matter what you end up doing, you're often going to find yourself in a situation where you're dealing with someone you've never met before. The way you present yourself to them is the impression they'll form of you. So if you come across as a bright, friendly person, that's what they'll take away with them. We all need to be good communicators now, as we've said, but footballers especially so. As well as all the media demands, you need to be able to communicate with those around you, your teammates. And if one day you're going to be a good coach, then you need to be able to stand up in front of a group of people and express yourself in a way that means they instantly understand what you're saying to them. Leaders have to be good communicators. You have to convince people to do what you say by giving them the confidence to believe that you know what you're talking about. Football gives you a public profile. Being a good talker helps you build that profile, but you have to work at it. You have to practice, and then hopefully you'll gain the confidence to talk your way to the next level. So don't be afraid of words. Don't be afraid of your own voice. Don't be embarrassed to speak well. I know a lot of footballers fear getting the mickey taken out of them by their teammates if they try and express themselves in an interesting or different way. We'll just rise above it. Communication is a vital life skill, and you'll see the benefits of improving your ability to communicate in all aspects of your future. Trust me.